Hey guys, and welcome to another tutorial for Ark Survival Evolved. In this one we are going to cover pipes and plumbing. Alright, so first of all, let's look at the pieces. We have an irrigation intersection, we have an incline pipe, we have a vertical pipe, an intake, straight pipe, tap, and a water reservoir. These are all of the components that you can use. These are made out of stone. You can eventually learn metal versions, but the stone work just as well. They just have lower durability. Now, the first thing that you have to do is kind of plan out where you want your water to go. What do you need water for? Well, you might want to drink in the house. Or you might want to have a cooking pot in the house that requires water-filled, at least water-filled canteens or whatnot. These little things, water skins. They require water skins. And you might need to cook, or you might want water for your crops. Here we got a small, medium, and a large crop. We'll go over farming in another episode, but in this one we're going to go over the basics of how to set up your water system. So, first thing that you can do is decide how you want to build it. A lot of people start their tap or their intake out there at the water, and then they build up towards their house and then set it up however they want to. Me personally, I prefer to do it a little bit different. I build it backwards. So what I do is I'll take and I'll demolish my upper wall, and I've built a canopy out there, just with two ceiling pieces. That's all it is. Then I'll take and I'll go like so. I'll take one of these little cross members, connections, and I'll come just past, just about like that, just past the, just past that little brown beam up there, like so, and then place it. Now at this point, I can go back in, I can set on my wall and go to use, and then you can play with your wall until you get the right pattern. When it's like that, it's going to give you the beams, which is the inside look. When it's like that, it's going to give you the outside look. So you got to get it the way you want it, hit the button, and there you go, everything's good. You can still see the pipe head up there. So now we need to use one of these incline pipes to bring it down my wall, and then a tap to put on this side. Now a lot of people wait to put the tap on last. You can do that, but I know that this is going to go right, so I'm going to put the tap there. And then if I come out here, I can see my cross member up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out a couple times, just so it's away from any walkway. And then I'm going to come down with an angle, which is I think 5. Come down with 5. Come down with 5. I'm going to go across with 8. And then I'm going to come down with 5. Yeah, I know that it looks funny because they're unsupported, but that's just how it's set up in the game right now. And it's so difficult to build with these that you learn not to care. So we're going to come out again, and then we're going to try and come down with 5 again. Let's try the tap, 7. And the tap, or the intake rather. I think the intake will work there. So we've got an intake into the water. We got our pipe that goes up. Now this is by all means not very pretty. I would have come across over here and then brought it with a cross member back over this way and then down and then taking it out, trying to hug the ground as I went. But for this tutorial's sake, this is basic piping. As you can see now, the tap is producing water. You can E to drink on it. You can hold E and go to access its inventory. You can take your water skin, which as you can see, mine's empty. You can put it inside there and fill it up and then take it back out, and you'll now have a full water skin. And it'll also irrigate any crops or anything that happen to be nearby. Now that one might actually be irrigating this one. It is. This one is being irrigated. This one is being irrigated. So that one being that far away is still able to irrigate all 3 of these, which is perfect. But had these been too far away, what we could have done is come off this other end like so, and then taken and put a cross member like so, and then put another tap like so to dump water out on them. And then you could also take and go like so to extend it out and come even further off the tap, and then put another tap right here. If you had more crops than just that many, you could run it the length as you need it for crops. We don't need all that, so we're not going to. But that is basics on piping. Now there's a few tricks about piping that you need to know. Number 1, any piping that's not supported or whatnot can be destroyed. Now if I hold E on this and hit demolish, watch my piping. It falls away, one at a time. just at the end. So if I go to this one and I demolish it, just that pipe disappears. If I come to this one, hit demolish, it will demolish just a tap. If I come up here and demolish a piece, I'm not going to, because I'm going to use this for farming in the next video. But if I was to destroy this, everything behind that has a tendency to break. Now, not everything will guaranteedly break, but there's a high likelihood everything built previous in the chain will break. And that's not a good deal. Excuse me. Everything going back that way actually would break. So you want to back up when you're changing these pipes one piece at a time until you get back to where you need to fix. If you go out further anywhere else, like, oh, I want this one down, and you destroy this one, there's a likelihood that it's going to destroy all of that pipe and some of this, random pieces. So you got to be careful. All right, folks, that's how to lay pipe. Metal works exactly the same way. That's how taps work. There's one more thing to show you, and that's these guys. These guys you can place on pipe anywhere that you have a pipe. As you can see, it's wanting to tack up there and connect. That's actually a good place for it. And just touching a pipe makes this effective. You don't have to do anything else special. It just has to touch pipe. So we can put one there, which is actually a pretty good place to build one, just in case anything happens to that pipe. We would be good. But if we didn't have this pipe and it rained, that would then supply water down and out to the tap. Another thing that you can do is you can take these guys. Let's find a place that's good enough to put them. I think you have to put them, connect them to, you can put down a foundation. I'm pretty sure. No snap point. That's right. You've got to connect this to piping. I don't use these very often, so it's kind of... But right there, see how I've got it connected to the piping? I mean, you can do some weird things with these guys. You just have to get back enough to where it'll hit the snap point. But there's another one. But you can do that anywhere. Now, you can attach that to a pipe. So you run your pipe, and then you attach that to it. And anything that connects to it, why do I keep swirling it? Anything that connects to it or attaches to it will be provided with water after it rains. Or you can also go up to them guys and you can access their inventory. You can take your water pipe, your water bag, and put it in there, and that will use that as water. I can then pump that water out. So you could put like 10 bags in there. And you could then use all 10 bags of them as water to irrigate your crops. All right, folks, that's piping. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you learned something. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.